right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, start with a squat. Go ahead and demo looking out and looking in so you can see the example of how it would flow. All right. For those tuning in, always make sure you check your foot placement. Make sure your feet are placed and facing the right direction. If you are someone that likes to have them pointed out slightly, make sure both feet look exactly the same. I highly recommend you keep your feet parallel and pointed straight below you because that way you'll get more, again, stabilization and more force and focus on your knees, which strengthen those MCA ACLs. And yeah, so when I'm sitting here now, I'm really actively concentrating on not having this move too much in order to do that back to what Glenn said about form first, right? Because if I went too fast, well, I'm not paying attention, you can see what happens with that. Very cool.
How does that instability feel?
It's nice, especially with squats too, because squat already presents that challenge of where to distribute your weight and how to balance your weight. A lot of times people, they don't take a lot of the back end, a lot of this smaller, mental game into the account. And what I can tell you is people just go up and they're just gonna start squatting, they're not paying attention to their core focus, they're not engaged. Biggest thing too is one of the biggest things you really want to pay attention to is your foot placement on the floor and where you're distributing weight into your foot, the foot tripod. Emily Epstein told me that a while back with Barefoot Trainer, thank you. Met together. Me and Glenn met years ago. You never know where your connections are going to take you. Right. Years ago, just a workshop, and here we are a decade later,
at least,
finally working together. So stay in touch with people that you connect with. And there was a perfect example of me not going ahead and taking into account, but really measuring into the little amount of line. So you always want to make sure you're nice and even. So that's another part too, when you get to the top and you finish with your glutes, that is going to cause you a bit of a sway, which is going to allow you to go ahead and use those stabilization muscles back to making sure that we're not moving throughout the squat.
Do you feel the movement of the weights on the bar?
I feel a slight sway going back and forth, but it feels like it's working for me to help the actual exercise.